Hi guys, Mons here. So for the last part of today's episode, we're going to be going through the Clippers and the Nuggets game 3. In this game, I felt it was a very pivotal game for both teams because the first two games, they draw level. It was game 1 wins the Nuggets, game 2 wins the Clippers. I know Nuggets have home advantage. However, this series, like I said, I think it's the best series so far of the playoff, and it's going to be the tightest series so far of the playoff. My initial prediction was Clippers in 7. We'll also touch up on that towards the end of this episode. So to start, I felt the Nuggets came out very good. Offensively, they were on it. Especially Aaron Gordon. Aaron Gordon was fantastic early on. I think he hit like two or three pointers in a row, and he was getting to the basket at will as well. And Jokic was looking to get everybody involved as well. It was fantastic watching Jokic, and his passing ability was just amazing. However, the Clippers did get back into the game a couple of minutes before halftime. Coincidentally, this was when Russell Westbrook checked into the game. So the Russell Westbrook minutes today in today's game killed the Nuggets. Absolutely killed the Nuggets because he shot 1 for 5 from the floor. He only made 1 3-pointer. That was a shot he made, and every other shot he missed. What that also allowed the Clippers to do was they double Jokic and sometimes even triple team him, and they left Westbrook wide open because they weren't worried about Westbrook making a shot because they knew it was one of his off-shooting nights. James Harden had a fantastic game again. James Harden, I can't sing enough praise about James Harden so far in this series. He's been amazing. He went on an extended run towards the last few minutes of the first quarter. He went on, I think, 15-2 run, offensive run for Clippers, and that basically swung the game in Clippers' favors. From that run onwards, the Clippers didn't look back whatsoever. James Harden coming off the pick and roll, shooting a three was just cash money. Amazing. It was amazing to watch. It was like watching James Harden, the old James Harden, Houston Rockets James Harden. It was amazing to watch. Norman Powell was very important for the Clippers because he was basically the third scoring option in this game. So the Clippers had obviously James Harden and they have Kawhi Leonard. Those are the two stars for the Clippers. However, Norman Powell throughout the regular season was amazing, especially from the 3-point range. He was amazing. Offensively, he's a very good player. And in this series, I touched up on it saying Norman Powell has to be very good in making his shots as a role player for the Clippers to have any chance in advancing. And in Game 3 at home, and this was actually Clippers' first playoff game in the new arena. The arena looks amazing, by the way. Still Ballmer is such an amazing owner. He did an amazing job having their own arena. And the arena itself and the fans were they were a full voice for the whole night. And Norman Powell responded well to that. Role players always play better at home, and this was a Norman Powell game. Norman Powell was fantastic from the tree. I thoroughly enjoyed watching him, how clinical it was from the tree, and getting to his spots. His mid-range was clinical as well. What I also want to touch up on is Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic, I feel, is probably the best player I've seen play, especially offensively, since LeBron James and maybe Steph Curry in 2015. The guy is something else. So for example, in the regular season, when he's on the court, the Nuggets have the best plus and minus. Nuggets have the best plus and minus when of all the NBA teams when Jokic is on the floor. When he's off the floor, they have the worst plus and minus, which is scary really because it's scary because how much they depend on Nikola Jokic. The non-Jokic minutes always kill the Nuggets. If you want to beat the Nuggets, when Jokic goes out of the game, make sure you have a long extended scoring run, especially when Jokic is getting a rest. He's just phenomenal. He's just everything he does offensively. He's probably one of the best offensive players I've ever seen play the game. And I feel when it's all said and done, with a few more accolades, I believe he's belong in the top 10 conversation for sure. James Harden looks in the best shape he's ever been in. He looks impeccable, and you can tell that by the way he's playing as well. His conditioning is amazing. He's playing more minutes especially in this year's playoff than he did in the past couple of years. And just in basketball, when your conditioning is very good, you tend to make a lot more shots when you have your legs under you. And you can tell James Harden was just pulling off from the tree, coming off pick and roll from the tree, getting to spots mid-range, And what also was very impressed with James Harden tonight was the 9 assists he got. Initiate the offense, dribble penetration, kicking it out to the 3-point shooter such as Norman Powell. It was actually amazing to watch. It was very clinical to watch James Harden put on a show for everybody. Kawhi obviously chipped in with his as well. But what I would say is this series goes the way James Harden goes. If James Harden has a good game, the Clippers are going to win. If James Harden have a bad game, the Clippers are not going to win. That's just my opinion on it. He's a leader on this team. Kawhi is the best player, but James Harden is a leader on this team. I feel Kawhi's knees looks amazing again. The guy is actually playing one of his best basketball since 2019. I love when great players are playing their best, especially in the playoff. That's what the playoff is all about. You want the best players in the league to always play their best, and then the best team wins. The best players on the best team usually wins. I hope this playoff goes. Well, I hope we go through this playoff with no injuries, and then we can see who the real best team is. Because the last couple of years in the playoff, especially Golden State Warriors run a couple of years ago, there's a couple of injuries. Celtics run, they didn't really face a great team. If you know what I'm saying, even through the Eastern Conference, every key team they played had an injury. So this year so far, touch wood, I hope all the star players stay healthy and we can get a great playoff. I felt the Nuggets knew they had this game lost, especially in middle of the third quarter. I know they were down 18 points at halftime, but normally in the NBA, 18-point lead is not that big. Like, especially in today's NBA with the 3-pointers as well, with how often people shoot the 3-pointers. But what I would say about the Nuggets play, I was very disappointed, especially when I previously said they have championship DNA, but in the third quarter, their body language was so poor. It just felt like they gave up on the game already, which I felt if they're going on a little extended scoring run, they might have gone back into the game. With Nikola Jokic, the best player in the world, anything is possible. So I was very disappointed in the Denver Nuggets, the way they give up and their poor body language in the middle of the third quarter. So my prediction for this series is still Clippers in 7. So Clippers lead 2-1. So I'm somewhat right so far. And if you enjoy my content, make sure you click on the subscribe button. If you want to leave a comment, I'm always open to a basketball debate. Thank you.